Hey guys, it's Melvin7 here, and today I'm bringing you my preview Everton versus Manchester United. So this is going to be a great game. It kicks off tomorrow at 1:30, and I'm very confident because we'll quickly go through Everton's form recently. I think they've won their last 3 games, and yeah, they've played pretty well, but they've played teams in the bottom half of the table. Now I think I read this stat, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Everton have only beat teams, it might be at Goodison Park, or it might be the entire season, in the top 10. They've only beaten Swansea and West Ham, which is kind of amazing. Obviously Everton started off really slowly, and that was due to injuries to people like Leighton Baines and Seamus Coburn, but now they're back in the side. You know, they're looking a little bit more solid. But I look at this game and I think we can take this game to them, alright? They're not amazing, they're not as good as they were last season. I reckon we can take all 3 points, which is why I predicted 2-0. I've got reasons for that. Now, Coleman and Baines are probably their most effective players, probably the ones that are going to do us the most damage. You've also got Aaron Lennon, who's a surprise kind of key player for Everton. Ever since he's transferred from Spurs, he's done wonders for them. I think Morales is back now. In the Old Trafford leg earlier in the season, I don't think Morales was in there. I think he was injured. He's going to pose some threats, and our defence is going to have to cope with him. Also, you've got Romelu Lukaku. Now, it depends if he can get the service, alright? If we can nullify Lukaku, like we did, I'm trying to think of a good example. I think, well, Drogba was kind of shadowed out of the Chelsea game. We've done it with big, strong strikers before. I think Benteke, in one of the times we played Aston Villa. I think McNair, who will probably have to play because of our injuries, did a good job on him. So yeah, I think I'm really confident, to be perfectly honest, especially given how our form is. We've obviously lost against Chelsea. Doesn't really feel like a loss, you know. One piece of brilliance from Hazard won them the game. Highest ever possession stat at Stamford Bridge. You know, we didn't really create a great deal, but we had 4 key players out. Well, I wouldn't call Jones a key player, but I would say Carrick, Blind and Rojo are key players, and they were all out along with Jones. So we had to obviously use Paddy McNair, who did really well in that centre back spot. He really did. He had Drogba on a leash, basically. He didn't really create much. I know Drogba's getting on, but still, you know, McNair's 19, he's a young lad, he hasn't had much BPL experience. Luke Shaw coming back from an injury since the Arsenal game. He hasn't featured in any of our 6 wins in a row up to the Chelsea game, and he played really, really well. And yeah, I think because Van Gaal's confirmed that all 4 injuries are still out, I think Blind has a slight chance of getting into the team, but I don't think he'll risk him because that's part of Louis Van Gaal's philosophy. You've got to train for like 2 weeks. Well, you've got to be fully fit for 2 weeks, which is fair enough, so he doesn't get injured again. So I reckon we're going to keep the same team. The only change I might see, alright, is really getting returned to the striker position. I don't think Louis Van Gaal would do this, but it's a possibility. And Herrera basically plays as a CDM, and then we let Fellaini and we bring in Di Maria as the 2 centre mids to go forward, and then you've got Young and Mata on the wings with Wayne Rooney up front. But personally, I think we're not going to make any changes. In the defence, there's going to be no changes again because of injuries, etc. So Rojo can't come in, Jones can't, and Carrick can't come in that midfield. So I think our lineup will be David De Gea. We'll have Luke Shaw, then we'll have Smalling, who's just got his contract extension. I think this is going to be a big confidence boost for him. He'll think he's the leader in the defence now. He'll take that role a little bit more. He'll have a lot more confidence because Louis Van Gaal and the club have shown him confidence by giving him a contract until 2019. So yeah, he'll partner Paddy McNair, Luke Shaw, and then we'll have Herrera. Rooney, I think, will stay in midfield along with Fellaini. Then we'll have Mata and Young on the wings, and then we'll have Falcao up front. If Falcao does play, this is his last chance. He did score the winner in this game earlier at Old Trafford. Obviously, it finished 2-1. Wayne Rooney was sent off, and David De Gea had probably his best performance of the season to give us that win. Di Maria also scored in that game. So, yeah, both of them, you know, obviously have underperformed this season. So it's a chance for them to show something if they play. But again, I think we'll just keep the same lineup as last time. Falcao was unlucky against Chelsea, hit the post. Gary Cahill blocked, John Terry blocked. Maybe he can break his goal duct this time and score his 5th goal of the season against Everton. But yeah, I'm going to predict 2-0. Again, I think Chris Smalling will get so much confidence and he'll be able to deal with the threat of Lukaku. And I think the main threats are Lennon and Morales. If they can exploit our wing backs, Valencia's done very well, apart from a lapse against Arsenal, I think. Ever since then, he's done really well in that right back spot. Luke Shaw again's got a job to do on Aaron Lennon. No, it'll be Kevin Morales who'll be on that side. Yeah, so Luke Shaw will have to deal with him. Hopefully Paddy McNair can help him. And yeah, I'm very confident. I'm going to say 2-0. And yeah, obviously the main threats for Everton: Coleman, Baines, Lennon, Morales and Lukaku. Their midfield, McCarthy and Barry, which I think will be the CDMs. I think odd midfielders should be able to run rings around them. Even if Rooney's there, we'll have Herrera, we'll have Fellaini, Mata, Young, etc. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-0. That is my prediction. Let me know what yours is down below, and also what do you think the Arsenal and Chelsea game is going to be, because that's straight after this. The results this week have been great for Man United. If we can win, and if Arsenal lose against Chelsea, then that's just an added bonus this weekend.